What's up, everybody? This is Leonard with stuff I learned from YouTube. I have to learn to be more diligent with my files and taking care of storage. There's a whole bunch of stuff on here I just let go. Anyway, I was working on the GMC and I climbed under it because I was going to replace the seal. Well, I decided not to replace it once I opened up the drain plug or the fill plug, and I noticed how there's fluid coming out of it. So I started wondering, well, is the leak coming from somewhere else besides around that seal? So I decided to just clean it up and, you know, take a wait and see attitude, which I need to do the axle shaft on the driver's side anyway. So I'm gonna wait until I get ready to do that axle shaft. But the thing I found out was, which I drained the fluid and I'm gonna put new gear oil, which it doesn't take special gear oil, it just takes this 75/90. So I'm going to use that. Suppose I should use a rear facing camera when I show you guys stuff like that. So I decided I might as well check all the fluids. So I got back to the transfer case and I took the fill plug out, and it's full, but it's full of this stuff. It doesn't take this stuff. It takes, let's switch the camera around. Yeah, it takes this stuff. Auto Track 2. Not this stuff. That's okay in the front end. I got 2 quarts for the front end I need in case. I'm also going to roll on back here and check the rear end too. I want to make sure it's plenty full. But I'm wondering, I don't know if the transfer case is messed up now. They put the wrong fluid in it. Because I guess the heavy ass fluid, with the way they're built in there, it doesn't splash around and lubricate, you know, the way this stuff here would. Which by the time I get done with this transfer case, I'm gonna have about a half a quart. It doesn't quite take 2 quarts. That's why, even though there's, I don't know, about 4 ounces in here. Yeah. After I get done with the transfer case on this one, I should have about 8 ounces. So I'm thinking I'll probably just use break this Pittsburgh pump in. I've got I don't know if I should use that one or this other one I've got. I've got this one, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. I mean, it works good, it gets the job done, but you just don't have the freedom of movement that I think I'd get with this one. And this one here stems from not having a, you know, really long enough hose. You got to sit there and hold the bottle up. What I end up doing, I end up pushing the bottle up and down instead of pumping it. So Maybe with this longer hose, I'd just be able to leave the bottle sitting on the floor and just be able to pump away, get it over with. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna climb under it and drain the fluid and see what I need to check the rear end, if it's a bolt or if it takes the Allen head. Everything else so far has been bolts, so maybe the rear end is too. I've not worked on the rear end of this thing yet. Well, let me get on that. I'll get back with you in a minute. Actually, on the transfer case, I just took the drain plug out of it, and brown didn't look like water, but it didn't look like it wasn't thick like gear oil. It was real, just soupy. So I don't know what they had in it. And this stuff here is blue. What came out of it wasn't blue. I'll show you. See? It's blue. Like BMW coolant. So I don't know what they had in it. I imagine that's why it was clunking and clanking and carrying on. Jesus. People that call themselves mechanics these days, man, can't trust them. Even though you already knew you shouldn't, but you did anyway, because, you know, you figured they'd cut you some slack on how much they were charging you. I just found out it's just a lot easier just do it at the house. You know, it might take you a little longer. If you need it today, you know, and you can get a transmission, yeah, go ahead and get the rebuilt transmission. But put it in yourself if you can. If it takes you all night, you gotta frickin' pull an all-nighter. And if you can't take the next day off, or whatever, you know, you absolutely have to have your vehicle and you absolutely have to be to work. You can't take a day off no matter what. That's if you got the stuff too, you know. It's hard for a lot of people, you know, if you live in an apartment or, you know, you got a house, you got a garage, you don't have anywhere you put stuff. I guess, you know, I'm kind of lucky that way. I'm not working outside underneath the tree this time, but I have. Oh man, me and my brother-in-law did his Lincoln one time. Oh my God, it was dark. It's in Florida too. You know, if you know anything about Florida, when it gets dark, man, you better have some sort of protection from mosquitoes, because they are coming. Man, we got ate alive out there, and on a piece of plywood that was all splintery and fluid was everywhere. Oh my God, what a mess. I was so drunk. You guys know, man, especially you guys been around a while, get all drunked up with your buddy or somebody, work on the car. Lord have mercy. Yeah, I'm letting that drain for a minute. I'm going to let it go ahead and drain, and I'm going to pull the plug on that rear end and see what it looks like back there. Hold what you got. Yeah, I forgot. Thought it was a hex head on the rear end, but it's not. You just use a ratchet. In my case, I used an extension with the impact. Popped it right on out. The rear end's good though, but I don't know, man. I think the vent's sticking straight up. It's about this long. I'm thinking what I may have, and it doesn't have the little cap that, you know, makes it one way. think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to replace the fluid in that. And I may try to take and double that hose over. Maybe, I don't know, zip tie it until I can get some sort of longer hose, because it wouldn't be hard for, I mean, it's a small opening, but it still wouldn't be hard for a little bit of water to get in there. Man, it's taking forever to get this truck just so far behind on its maintenance. It's not funny. My boy was one of those guys that, even though me and his grandpa and his uncle was in the garage all the time, he didn't take time to learn mechanics. When if you buy a used vehicle from somewhere with no warranty, you need to at least, know the basics. Have a checklist. Take it to your mechanic and have your checklist and have him perform, the things, the basic maintenance. Fluids. Fluids the main thing. Keep your fluids straight. Know if you're hearing a weird sound, something that's different that you haven't, heard before. Check that oil. Check your fluids. All the time, man. After your fluids, check your filters. Your air filter, cabin filters, whatever filters. Walk around your car, check your lights. Make sure you ain't taking off, and next thing you know, you got blue lights behind you, and, oh, we smell marijuana, we're going to need you to get out of the car. We're going to have to search it. Frickin' people you don't know looking through your shit. And I don't know, I've seen more than one video. This sheriff's deputy in Florida got busted planting methamphetamine in people's cars. People that never even frickin' saw meth before were going to prison. That's messed up. Yeah, that's how they get around your Fourth Amendment now. Oh, they say they smell marijuana, so there goes your Fourth Amendment, to be secure in your property, your papers. Nah. They'll think of a way around it. They always do. I'm not anti-cop, man. I'm not anti-government. I'm just anti-corruption. You swear an oath to something, your oath should be sacred. I got goosebumps when I did mine. Man, it meant something to me. Just like, when I voted for, last time I voted, well, say the last time before last, got a little goosebumpy. Turns out, the economy was good, but didn't take advantage of it. He didn't, kind of wasted 4 years. The economy was good, but he didn't go in there and get that corruption, man. That, if it was possible, one of us frickin' regular guys that are over it, man, if we could go in there and run and actually have a chance to at least be someone's vice president and then put us in charge of rooting out the corruption, give us the power. I'll bet you one thing, fucking Bill Gates, or not Bill Gates, what was his name? His attorney general that sit there for 4 years smirking in Congress and not doing a frickin' thing. And the FBI array that he left in there. Why? Why do you... People keep saying how he's playing 4D chess. Yeah, he played 4D chess right on the fucking office, didn't he? I'm still a little upset, man. want somebody to do something about the corruption before we have to do it ourselves, you know? When that happens, shit's gonna hit the fan. We're gonna have to take 3 or 4 days off of work and go straighten shit out. You know, the cops are gonna stick with government because they got that cushy job where they get to do whatever they want. They want to protect that. And the mayors will be against, all the politicians will be against us. We'll get a few that'll come and say, yeah, man, we're in. But the big cities won't be in. You want to say, you want to say, oh, no, I'm a good cop, man. I won't do that. But you'll sit right there and watch your partner do it. That means you're both the same. Might as well be. Don't tell me you're a good cop. You sit there and watch your partner or someone else. Like, I just heard about this lady that frickin' in Fort Sanders last February. Fort Sanders kicked her out. Blount County Memorial kicked her out. So she was at Fort Sanders. They kicked her out. Cops show what? They want the cops to get rid of her, right? The cops sitting there, oh, you're okay. You've been discharged. The doctors say you're all right. Sitting there obviously in distress. I can't breathe. I need my inhaler. Well, it's not in your purse. Is it too much? I mean, would it have been too much for them to wheel her ass right back in the hospital and have a doctor check her right in front of them and say there ain't nothing wrong with her? And then, you know what, you know who it's on? And then just say, you know what? We're going to need an ambulance. We can't pack her in the back of a car and her can't breathe and all that. You get an ambulance. If you want us to take her to jail, you're going to have to get an ambulance transporter because we're not doing it. Cops take too much on themselves that they don't need to. They just sit there. That woman was frickin' what it said. She could be heard in the back of the car until she couldn't be heard. Yeah, she died in the back of a police car after being manhandled, drug here, laid on the ground, trying to pack her in a damn paddy wagon. Got to change, people. That's just what I'm learning on YouTube, man. I had no idea till a year ago, man. And it's just, I mean, I knew the political stuff, the politician stuff, but I didn't know how bad the cops were being to people, man. It's heartbreaking. And for what? Because they got a little power. I've seen guys murdered, people just murdered outright because they opened their frickin' front door to the police. Next thing you know, they're fucking in a hail of bullets. Suspended with pay, pending investigation. He didn't do nothing wrong. It's a good shooting. All the guy did was answer his front door, his big racket out front of his house. Open his door, see what's going on. Ba-boom, boom, ba-boom, boom, ba-boom, boom. Later, dude. Sorry about your luck. Well, you can sue, but it ain't going to be the cop pays for it because of qualified immunity, which gives them protection against lawsuits. They got no skin in the game. False arrest probably doesn't even go on the record. All right, hold what you got. I gotta put some oil on this thing. Hold up. All right, here's my setup. Using this Harbor Freight pump, which gives me all kinds of line. think I'm gonna do the transfer case first. I'll tell you what, man, this shit ain't cheap. The Valvoline's $15 a quart. Show you what that looks like. There it is. You see right there? You got to make sure it works for auto track too. While you're buggering up your transfer case, let's see if this stuff's blue. No, it's red. It's basically transmission fluid. I don't want to mix the dang colors, otherwise I'd use up what I got in this little bottle. Alright, I'm going in. Since I got the drain pan there, I might as well do that first. I know I might need this, I might as well go ahead and open it. Always cut away from yourself unless you have to cut toward yourself. Then just be careful. I'm lying, I'm not giving you advice on that. Just be careful if you're using a knife. I'm not really giving you guys advice on anything. I'm just showing you what I do, and ranting sometimes. I'm not even exactly showing you the work. Of course, it's under the car. It's just a transfer case and the front end, and I checked the rear end. So, I mean, it's not that complicated. It's mostly me just bullshitting around, putting it on YouTube. Hope what you got. Alright, that takes care of the transfer case. The thing is that the hose on that pump, which for a quart it only took like maybe 6 pumps, and the quart was empty. But the thing I will say is that the hose was about the same size as the hole, so kind of overfilled it. Which, you know, it's not the end of the world. You let it drain back out. And because you're only supposed to fill it up till it comes out the hole and then stop. So I just let it drain back out, but I don't know how much. I pumped quite a bit in it that it didn't need. Just because that hose was the same size as the hole. So, oops. Like I said, I probably would have wound up with 8 ounces, but in a way I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it's a different color, and I don't really want to mix the two. I'm anal that way. It's just, I can't help it. Not my fault. Alright, I'm going under the front end. Hold what you got, fellers and fellettes. We'll see how this pump does on this heavy stuff. It's supposed to take 1.7 quarts. So I should have just a little bit left over. I'll add this to my collection though. Alright, hold what you got. Alright, tell y'all, this thing's this thing works pretty good. Said to clean it out with some sort of degreaser. I just used window cleaner and then I ran some water through it. Should be good enough. I wish they'd just make these boxes just a little bigger than what they make them. No matter how hard you try, it don't fit like it did at the factory. Like my scanner. Man, you can't get them cords. I don't give a shit how you fold them back up. You can't get them to go back in there like they didn't come in that thing anyway. They came all in separate little containers, and you have to, then they want you to put it in there yourself, you know, pack it. Man, I just can't. I can't get it packed right like it is from the factory. I just can't do it. But yeah. Now on the transfer case, this thing was easy. Just a few pumps and boom, I was done. The gear oil, it was a little more of a challenge. Because it's hard to get the, you know, when you push it all the way in and then you try to get it back out and you're trying to hold a bottle and hold a hose, and it can be a challenge, especially when the bottle's almost empty. You about need to come up with some sort of a contraption to help you with that. I'm gonna have to build some more workbench, man. Some shelves or something. I don't have enough room. Started collecting, buying tools and, you know, getting the stuff that I used to have a lot of tools and then they got scattered, and now I'm trying to get them back. I just don't have room for everything anymore. And those U.S. General little carts there, they're all right, but nothing really fits in it, you know? It ain't like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just can't get stuff to fit in it right. Well, I'm not going to get to the lights today. I'll just be honest with you. And I'm not going to put this seal in it today. I'm going to put this on the shelf with my other parts. Parts is parts. And you guys remember that commercial? Parts is parts. What was that? Comment down below if you remember that commercial. What parts house was that? I think I remember seeing it up in Ohio. They were trying to fit a, they were installing a battery, and they were trying to put a square peg in a round hole, and the person was standing there looking at him and was like, you guys sure about that? And they both looked there and said, we've been doing this a long time. I don't know, man. Was that AutoZone? It's been so long ago. I'm talking about when I was in my early 20s, and I'm in my, I'm 57 now. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a couple swipes at the yard with the lawnmower. Maybe I got that transfer case in time. I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and end the video right here. I'm glad we got a chance to chat and catch up. But I'll be back maybe tomorrow. And we can fix these lights. We're going to have to do, like I said, we're going to have to use solder connector. I don't know if I told you guys in this video or not, because I made another video and lost it because I didn't keep it on my storage like a dummy. But anyway, I got those new lights and they got the LED, strips. And I got some sockets. Gotta hurry open this. I got some new sockets for the running lights, so we're gonna wire it all in together. Ooh, it even came with these little waterproof connectors. I don't know if you can see them. I'm not using those though, I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, these things don't cost nothing. I think they were like 12 bucks for these. They even come pre-stripped. I believe they're even the right color code, so I don't have to do a bunch of guessing, which I wouldn't do any guessing anyway. I just put my power probe on it. Check continuity. Wouldn't even have, I've been dying to, I haven't used it for anything and I've been dying to, but I gotta mow, so I ain't gonna get to it today. So, give me a day. It's going to take me today and tomorrow to mow this damn yard. It's so out of hand. And the mower was broke. Transmission on the driver's side wasn't working. So I was only turning around in circles. But I think I got that at least patched up. Next month, new mower. Ooh, shit. Boys, I'm telling you what. I didn't want to get that kind because the neighbor's got that kind. He's going to say, oh, you just copied me. Probably. But that's what my brother-in-law wants. My brother-in-law's buying it. That's what he gets. I tell you, it's going to be a bad boy mower. I hope it ain't got hubcaps like the neighbor's, though. I don't want no fucking hubcaps. But his got a spoiler, too. I don't know if it came that way. Or if he had, I think it looks cool, but I don't know. Maybe it comes with spoilers. It's got a 27 horsepower engine on it. Mofo's gonna be bad to the bone. This little 50-inch gonna look like a baby next to it. John asked me how much it's worth. Maybe you guys comment down below. Tell you what, we go look at it. Might even use it for a thumbnail or something. No, I won't. Switch it. I washed it yesterday, so it ain't looking bad. Tires don't hold, that one don't hold air. But it starts up and runs really good, man. You guys comment down below, tell me. I say about 15. I don't have my key. Dad, burn it. Anyway, take my word for it. It runs good. I figure at least 15. At least 15. All right. Hold what you got. All right, that video went all to hell. Went off the rails a little bit. Yeah, I figure about 15 for that mower. Comment and let me know what you guys think. I guess I'll probably just use a standard picture of this truck for the thumbnail. I think I got one in there. But yeah, comment down below. Let me know what you all think about the old GMC and what I ought to do to this thing next. I know it needs tires. I know it needs something done with those wheels. It needs rocker panels. I gotta do something with that seal. I gotta get all this damn, I'm gonna take all this shitty ass tin off of it. It's gross. Squeaks when it goes up and down. Well, this side screams. So that can go. Needs a driver's seat. It's gonna need foam and everything, and half the stuff don't work. So I don't know. Maybe I can find a seat somewhere, even if it's the wrong color. If it's at least works, maybe I could just order new foam and covers for it. Do the front seats. Passenger seat's good. Driver seat's all to hell. My fat son wore it. It's flat like a pancake, man. It's my little butt scoots around in it. Anyway, let me know down below what you think of anything you saw today. If you saw something I did that you do different, maybe like and subscribe if you're so inclined. But I appreciate it. This is Leonard with stuff I learned from YouTube. I appreciate y'all watching. Have a good one now.